Welcome to LGBT+VG, where me and other friends who are of LGBT persuasion have discussions and headcanons about what characters in which video games are LGBT. We're not exactly experts on the matter, we're mostly just a bunch of gay, bi, pan dudes who are LGBT, just talking about which characters we'd like to think are LGBT. We're mostly talking sexualities, we're not talking gender unless it's specified in canon, and we're not really taking this seriously unless there's proof in canon whether or not a character is actually bi, gay, or what have you. The theme for this video is Skullgirls! We're doing Skullgirls this time. Max, I know you are very unfamiliar. Don't worry, yes, I am very familiar.
I am extremely unfamiliar with most fight games, but I'll do my best.
I'm intimately familiar with Skullgirls because it's a very small, intimate cat.
And I'm very familiar with the lore of it, so don't you worry. If you have any questions, I can get you the answers.
Keyword on intimate?
For most of them, not all of them. So we have Philia. She is a 17 turning 18-year-old schoolgirl. She went to school, and then at some point she comes across a dog who has a friend attached to him, that friend being Samson, and the dog is, just a dog, but now it's also got a venom on him. And funny thing about Philia, she's a part of the Mafia, but not really. It's like her dad was like a big Mafia man, and he's like, "Oh, bro, I gotta get out of the game, bro."
Saying Philia is part of the Mafia is like saying Obama's daughter was part of his cabinet.
Yeah, basically, but it's still, it's worth noting. That Mafia is like, "Hey, bro, we hear you're trying to skip on town. No, you die." And they die, except for.
They couldn't give him a John Wick deal. They gave him an impossible task to get out.
Yeah, no, they almost do. But Samson and Philia survive. They merge together, and Philia's like, "Oh, I'm alive. Wait, who am I? What is happening? What is this? I don't remember anything."
When did I die right here?
And that's basically her entire deal. Now, I'm just gonna say it.
You forgot to mention one of the primary aspects of her character design. Her name, in the design shot for this game,
that's right.
Her key word for her design was the first thing that happens to Philia is that she gets creeped on by a guy at a bar.
And thankfully, Samson's there to not even kill him, even though it looks very much like he would have. I'm saying she's bi, not because there's any definitive proof to it. I'm just saying there's she's never interacted with any of the male characters, and the only all the female characters she interacts with is either friendly, or in the case of a character we'll come across later on is "Oh no, that bad thing happened to you, I gotta help you out, bro."
Yeah, the only male character she ever regularly talks to is Samson.
Yeah, and they are not into each other. They are very strictly I am the host, you're the parasite, you keep me alive and I keep you alive.
Platonic symbiosis.
It's like Beetlejuice pitching to Lydia, "Hey, I gotta get married. Hey, these aren't my rules."
If I can jump to Samson real quick, he's straight.
Yeah, because he's only the only human hosts he's ever had are all women, and one of them he's very into, even though she's dead.
Yeah, he's fond of all of his hosts,
including the dog, who's just a dog.
Barf.
Yeah, I'll agree. Samson's straight. Philia, yeah, I want to say she's bisexual as well, but there's so little information about this that it's just conjecture at this point. I could see her going either way, because most of her interactions are with girls, but I can't see her as just a straight lesbian. I don't know, something about her.
Yeah, it's all it's also said in her origin story mode in the mobile game that You know, she was the popular girl in high school. You know, she was like the picture, smug Philia. That's like her most of the time. She's like one of those girls. She's still nice, but you know, she's still like, you know, one of the popular girls, one of the plastics, if you will.
Yeah, she's like, she was like a Barbie.
All right, now we have Cerebella.
My fucking girl.
We're going in like kind of release order. But Cerebella, she is 18, she is a circus girl, and her whole deal is that she wants to be like the best circus girl ever, so she's got this big hat with big arms named Vice Versa. It's literally called a living weapon, and she wants to be the best at the circus, not just because, you know, that's kind of her character. She's like always like, oh, I'm number one, I can do it. But also because she wants to get the attention of Vitaly, who is like the big main Mafia man.
Yeah, he's one of the big players. But he's Mafia.
Does she interact with Beowulf?
Yes, because she is a very big fan of him.
Yeah, she's a big fan of Beowulf.
But with that, Cerebella is very, very straight.
Particularly, she's Beowulf sexual.
No, she's Vitaly sexual. She's into old-ish Mafia man.
Not only is she Vitaly sexual, she is riding his lap in her arcade ending.
In a very, very tight-looking bunny suit.
And the best bunny suit!
It's only a shame that she's very sad because at the end of that story mode, she's like, oh, I killed someone just to get here. Was it all really worth it? Looking incredibly hot for this dude I love who's like 30 years older than me? Probably not.
It'd be like
damn,
that.
Girl.
Yeah, Skullgirls is real sad.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I'm gonna get this dick.
But no, Cerebella is very straight.
I say she's bisexual.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's primarily into men. I agree. Like, she loves Beowulf. She wants Vitaly's dick. That's true. But you're also forgetting her beta ending, the one that didn't make it into the game.
Oh, I am forgetting.
Can you call
okay, so yeah, but like they considered this for her character. So I can't ignore it. Kind of like how we can't ignore Samson's human design. We brought it up, so
yes.
might as well bring this up. And the scrapped ending for Skullgirls, and there's art for this. It's not like complete, but like they sketched it out. Like instead of the ending that did happen, where she kills Misfortune to like get the thing, get on Vitaly's good side, and like oh yeah. Instead of that, what was gonna happen was that one of Cerebella's circus buddies, Fang, like the little activist, she wanted to get Cerebella out of this business, and she wanted to run away with her. And it was very much an implied romantic thing. Like Fang, like had a big crush on Cerebella.
I completely forgot about Fang, and she's in like the normal story mode too, where she's like, oh hey Cerebella, you totally did the good thing in the circus, good job. And then Cerebella's like, oh thanks bro, I couldn't have done it without you and everyone else. No. And she's looking real annoyed, Fang, but she still kind of loves having giant boobs pressed against her.
Now the thing is, I think the reason they didn't go with this ending was because Fang was one of like 10 other different circus characters that Cerebella hangs out with. So they didn't like, well, if we're not going to give attention to any of them, why are we only focusing on one? So I think they just like, let's not do that. Let's just focus on Cerebella. Skullgirls had too many characters for its own good.
They all get individual attention, those circus characters in Cerebella's origin story thing. They all have names.
They do. They all have names, they're all characters, they all have backstories, but who fucking cares? It's Cerebella's story.
Yep.
This kind of sounds more like Fang's the gay one, not Cerebella.
I mean, that's. I mean, the fact. But in the ending, Cerebella's like, okay. That's why I'm saying, well, okay, maybe there's something there.
Like it's like we've said before that sometimes you can prefer one over the other if you're bi, and we're probably saying she's like 80-20 for guys.
So yeah, that's my verdict for Cerebella. Cerebella is bisexual, big male preference.
Probably 90-10.
Yeah, Also, she's
Maybe
also
95.5.
maybe. Also, I think it's fair to point out about Cerebella, she is this world's equivalent of a Brazilian.
Yeah, she is Brazilian.
Does Brazil not exist in Skullgirls?
No, that's
Not as we know it. No.
Skullgirls' world is not our world as we know it. It's like it, but like different countries with different names.
We don't have a new meridian over here. Next, we have Peacock, which we're skipping because she's 10.
Yeah.
Fair.
Now we have Parasol. She is 27. Her whole deal, I think she's 25 actually. She's somewhere there, but her whole deal is that she is the princess of the Canopy Kingdom. Her mother was one of the previous Skullgirls. I think she was the previous one before Marie came in. She has a little sister named Umbrella because, you know, puns, names, and she runs the Egrets, which are like a military task force. They look like Nazis. They are not Nazis. They are very specifically not Nazis because they do good things.
They're almost Nazis.
Chose that aesthetic for...
Yes, because Alex Ahad has a very, very specific fetish. Anyway, Parasol, I am probably going to say she's straight because she's very no-nonsense. She has no time for nothing except the current mission and her sister, sometimes.
Be real, the only girl in Parasol's life is her little sister.
No, wait, we're wrong. There's also Molly, the girl who's on the phone with her all the time.
Yeah, but I don't. That's not the romantic thing. She also has Roxy.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, if she's not going to take Roxy, if she's not going to take Roxy, you are.
Yeah, I'm saying Roxy and Molly probably got a thing on. I don't see Parasol like.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just spitballing, but like, yeah, Parasol. Yeah. I agree with you. Parasol's probably straight.
Yeah, but the thing is, Parasol has a lot of resemblance to Mitsuru from Persona 3. Mitsuru has big gay energy.
But that's the thing. Mitsuru has big gay energy, but also dom energy, and Parasol has no dom energy. She just has if anything, Parasol has office worker lady the energy.
That's a subset of dom energy.
Not really. I don't know.
It is, but it's not overt.
Yeah.
It's not in your face or on your dick. It's it's there.
It is there.
I'd still say she's at least bi.
Okay.
You know what? We can take that, yeah.
Or paint.
Alright. Yeah. Okay. Next, we have Miss Fortune, Nadia Fortune. She is what the universe called, or what the Skullgirls world calls, a feral, which is basically any kind of animal person. She is 21, and her whole deal is that she had a gang of people who raised her because she's an orphan, called the Fishbone Gang. And the Fishbone Gang got a thing called the Life Gem, and because that belonged to the Medicis, who are the Mafia, they're like, hey, we caught you, you're sleeping with the fishes, and you're going to die. Except Miss Fortune swallowed the Life Gem, so even though they were all literally cut up and thrown into a bag into the river to just die as literal fish food, Miss Fortune reconstituted herself, and that's why she's got all these weird Frankenstein looking marks on her.
She came back together like
it's
the
like
Iron
when Jade. It's like when Jade swallowed the Rooster Talisman in Jackie Chan Adventure.
I don't think Jade was dismembered, but okay.
Well, she ate it and she got the power.
Yeah. Miss Fortune, she's a lesbian, and there's very, very specific proof about that.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because in her story mode, she's working at this restaurant run by these Dagonians, who are fish people, not animal people.
I'm way ahead.
And And one of these fish people is called Minette. Minette is very into her, and Misfortune seems very into Minette. And then at the end of the story mode is like, oh, hey, I'm back. I beat the Skullgirl. No Skullheart because you're my family and I love you. Hey, where's Minette? And then the main fishman is like, bro, they kidnapped her. Someone has to go save her and all the other fish girls. And then you meet Kyle Hebert, voice of Gohan, who's like, oh, hey, bro, I'm Detective Irving. I'm here to help save all the fish girls. Will you help me, Misfortune? And then she's like, yeah, okay, I'll help you. Don't worry, Minette and other fish girls, I will save you.
Yeah, Misfortune's a big fan of tuna, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, she loves her some fish taco.
She likes to kiss it where it smells funny.
She likes her little fish roll because she was designed to roll.
Jeez. Anyway, yeah, Misfortune's a lesbian. Yeah.
I can see it.
All right.
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Now we have Painwheel. She's a 16-year-old girl named Carol. She went to the same school as Philia. They were even classmates and even best friends. However, Philia doesn't remember this, and so when she remembers, oh hey, we went to the same school together, she's immediately filled with regret, like, oh no, I probably did something bad to her. Oh geez, oh, I wish I was a better friend to her. But then you play the origin story mode and you're like, wait, no, Philia was good friends with her. They were best friends. She even cried when Carol disappeared, and now this Skullgirls wish is filled with regret.
Painwheel is the character that they made about halfway through production when they were looking over the story modes, and they said, no, not enough suffering.
Not enough suffering. Painwheel suffers all the time, and it's really sad.
Her whole life is suffering when she just has the cutest smile.
She does have the cutest smile, and like her alternate voice pack, if you like do a thing in the main menu screen, like her alternate voice pack is that she gets like a Valley Girl voice, which is canonically how she actually talked, like when she was a normal little girl, and it's hilarious and fun and cute.
This is Skullgirls though, ain't nothing normal about no.
Anyway, it's Painwheel, she's sad. She's ace, but she's also sad.
I say she is good life sexual. She is sexually aroused at the idea of having a good life.
Yes.
Because she doesn't have one now.
Please,
I'm the cheese.
let this girl have a good life.
Yeah, I agree. She's asexual. Even if like her ending was canon and she somehow got past all this, I think she's so beyond the idea of sex. She doesn't care.
The only time she could ever be anything else is in Philia's ending, and even then, that's short-lived.
Yeah. Equivalent.
She and Philia are just friends forever.
That's kind of what the ending implies, even though that forever is not forever.
Painwheel is in the friend zone, but in Skullgirls, the friend zone means
possible.
But in Skullgirls, the friend zone means that the Skullgirl is in you, and hundreds of people will die.
Yep. Anyway.
Bummer.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes, Skullgirls is a bummer.
Anyway, next we have Valentine. I'm gonna give the verdict now before saying anything else. She is a lesbian. Valentine, she is a ninja nurse. She is a combat nurse, specifically. She belongs to Lab 7, I believe, where there's a bunch of other different kinds of combat nurses who are all named after different holidays. You got Hallow, you got Easter, you got Patty, who's St. Patrick's Day, and you have Christmas.
Where's Kwanzaa?
Where's Hanukkah?
She didn't make it. She's in the side story.
That's actually entirely possible.
She's in the spinoff.
But the thing about Valentine is that like she's like kind of the rookie, and Christmas is like, bro, you gotta not be so overconfident. You gotta be like the best at your job, because if you don't, people are gonna die because the Skullgirl is all messed up. And then the Skullgirl comes, and unfortunately the rest of her team dies, and Valentine's like, Okay, so I guess to avenge them, I guess I gotta join the Skullgirl and then see what I can do to eventually take her down. And
So she's revolver ocelotting it, kinda?
kinda, yeah, except like her true intentions are very clear.
So she's Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 3, specifically.
Yes. But anyway, Valentine, very lesbian. She was very into Christmas, her superior.
Good for her.
I'm
gonna check what she looks like.
Oh no, they're all good.
Yeah, they're all really good.
I'm actually gonna disagree. I'm actually gonna say she's bisexual, but probably with the female preference. I mean, she kind of
very much, yes.
she kind of flirts with everybody in her like quotes and stuff.
But the thing is that like she doesn't even really flirt with like Big Band or Beowulf, because with Big Band she's like, oh bro, how do you work? Oh, I gotta figure out how that works.
I'm gonna stick with cheese and say she's lesbian.
And with Beowulf, she doesn't even say anything. I don't even think they fight.
No, they do.
Okay, well then I completely forgot then.
Pretty sure they do. Like, yeah. I mean, she calls him a specimen when she fights him.
Okay, all right. No, you're right. Okay.
She says she's like, "Are you used to needles, or is that beef all natural?"
Oh, I somehow forgot about that.
I'm not making this up.
No, I can tell that you're not. 85-15 is what I'll say.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll stand by lesbian.
Okay. Alright. Next, we have Double. Double is a lot of things. She is a shapeshifter. She is very specifically described as the shadow of the skull heart. Her whole deal is that she takes the skull heart and finds new hosts to put it in, and she finds a new Skullgirl every 7 years, and her whole deal is way more intense than just finding the new Skullgirl.
Max,
would you like to know before we talk?
She's also Monster Girl Supreme.
Max heard the word double and he made water in his pantaloon.
I will use a very specific word for only situations only applicable for characters like Double. She is omnisexual.
She's the most pansexual. Like,
it is not just some, it is not just many, it is all.
Listen, there is not a person or thing she wouldn't fuck.
Basically, yeah.
So pansexual, you're saying?
Yes. She's also into 4. Anyway, now we're going into the DLC characters, and we're starting with the goodest girl, the best girl, Squigly. Squigly is weird because she's 14, but she was 14 years ago. She's a zombie who died 14 years ago, and that was.
Then she was a zombie for another 14.
Yes. Well, no, not another 14. She only shows up when there is a new Skullgirl, because the Skullgirl manipulates the dead. You know, she's kind of like a necromancer a little bit. And the only thing that's stopping her from being controlled by the Skullgirl is her parasite, Leviathan, who's that snake dude who's hanging out in her head and out.
So she's only awake when the Skullgirl's out.
The Skullgirl wakes up every 7 years. Is that correct?
Yes, that is very correct.
That's when she's awake.
So she's awake for less than a year at a time. So she technically still has the mentality of a 14-year-old.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird because Squigly is already pretty mature. She's she's the prim and proper girl. She's like, oh, thank you for coming to my birthday. Oh, thank you. I will sing a song for you, because she's not part of the Mafia family. She's part of a rival Mafia family that had a truce, and then that truce dissolved because of bad things.
They done got whacked. Yeah.
But she's the nice girl. She's the good girl.
Also, being dead.
She was raised to be She was just raised on etiquette.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Also, apparently being dead gives you a gigantic monster ass.
No, she had that as a human.
Oh, okay. But what's the verdict on her sexuality?
We don't... Oh, personality, she's very nice. She's, like, all she does is, like, try to do the good, like, do good things for people because, you know, good things are good to do. She's, like I said, she's the goodest girl. She's the best girl. Squigly is... I don't know. I think just straight because... No. Bi, maybe? Because the only other characters she interacts with other than Leviathan are Philia and Samson.
I'm gonna say she's straight. I can't imagine she ever thought about, like, other than...
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
meeting a nice boy, like, when she was alive. I can't... And she loves Leviathan to death.
Yes.
Like
and not in that kind of sense. More like, you know, they're kind of like...
They're inseparable.
Kind of like... Yes.
Like,
look
best
at friends
this.
forever.
Look at
They're
this.
like they're best friends forever.
I'm gonna say she's ace.
That's also entirely possible because she does not flirt at all with anyone.
Wow,
Also,
good
she's
girl.
still pretty young.
And also, like, she's
No.
zombie and, like, what can you do?
Max, she's 28. She's
Like I've always said, like I always say, zombies aren't for sex, they are for love.
Yeah. Next, we have boy number one of these skull boys, but not really. Big Band.
Ah, boy, big band.
Ben Birdland, also known as Big Band, was once a cop, a good cop, I should specify. And you know he's a good cop because when he was ordered to do a crooked thing, he said no, and was beaten within an inch of his life, just like RoboCop. And just like RoboCop, he was rebuilt.
I mean, let's be real. He was black. They were just waiting for an excuse.
That too! That too!
They just wanted an excuse.
Damn.
His chief, no, not his chief, one of his, fellow cops is literally a pig man. A big pig man.
I mean,
Yeah,
all cops are
like
big.
straight out of, like, Porco Rosso Pigman.
Yeah. But no, Ben and his associate Irving, who helps out with finding the fish girls in Miss Fortune's ending, like, they're the only good cops. And Big Band, his whole thing is that he loves music. He loves being like a neo-noir detective. He loves old detective movies. He loves his jazz music. His stage theme is the best song in all of Skullgirls, and I will fight.
He loves music, and now he gets to be music.
Honestly,
Basically.
that is honestly a very big statement too, because Skullgirls has a fantastic soundtrack. But I agree,
Does it.
That song is easily the best one in the whole thing.
He's straight because he doesn't interact with any other dudes other than his friend Irving and Beowulf, and even then with Beowulf he's like, dude, what are you doing? Stop being a weirdo. I'm trying to do this thing.
Stop being a weirdo, said the giant tuba man.
Yeah.
I'd say
yeah,
he's gay.
I agree. I say he's straight. He doesn't seem very adventurous.
Explain your reasoning for him being gay. We're not judging, we would just like to know.
Just a feeling.
To be fair, we do that. We do say like, oh, it's just a feeling.
Yeah.
Next, we have Fukua. Fukua is one thing and one thing only. She is a clone of Philia. Why is she a clone of Philia? I don't know. The antagonist brain drain who wants to kill the Skullgirl, he's weird like that. He loves cloning. We don't know why. It's a little weird.
Why is she a clone? Because fuck DiCaprio, that's why.
Basically. Even though DiCaprio's not a clone.
And this dude made Fukua black because...
That's because there's like a bunch of Fukua clones, but this is like the main one. Like all of the other color palettes are like actual Fukuas that could exist.
Black
so
excellent.
He just has like a clone of Philia in every race.
Fukua, she's philiosexual, and even then she just wants to be her.
Yeah.
So she's lesbian.
More or less, yeah.
Do lesbians wear other women's skin? Because that's what she wants to do.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not kink shaming, but still.
Fukua is fuck you up sexual.
Yes. Anyway, okay. Now we have an actual
Speaking
character.
of fuck you up sexual.
Yes, we have an actual character, Eliza. Eliza is very old, but she doesn't look it, because she is several thousands of years old, because her parasite is just her skeleton, which is also her. Yeah, the skeleton is the parasite named Sekhmet, but that's also just Eliza. That's just like the inside of Eliza. They both have one mind.
They're one and the same.
And that mind is thinking kill everything?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Let's not mince words here. You think it's Skullgirl. You think the Skullgirl is like the final boss? No, don't get it twisted. She's the big bad of this universe.
Because what needs to be said more than anything is that Eliza is the reason why everything is bad in the Skullgirls universe. She's the reason why people have a distrust of parasites. She's the reason why the Skullgirl even exists, because there are these... This is getting way deep in there.
You know you're a bad motherfucker if a prejudice exists because of you.
Like many thousands of years ago, there were three goddesses: Aeon, Venus, and
the third one.
I don't think the third one doesn't even have a name. She's just known as mother to the other two. But they actually existed and walked around with people like, oh, hey, how do you do, human? How's it going?
What's up?
She killed them.
Yeah.
She just straight up killed them. And they, like, them being dead is what created Double, because she is a manifestation of the hatred, felt against humans, and especially her.
So does Double kill her?
She
tries.
She's a fucking bastard.
Yeah. Eliza is the worst. She's the best and the worst.
She's Raggio.
She's very, very sexually attracted to killing people.
Hey, let's run down the list of the horrific shit she did in game.
She very viscerally murdered Cerebella.
And I'm certain she got off on. She also dismembered Miss Fortune again. Oh yeah, also she put Philia in a blood sarcophagus. A very sexually posed sarcophagus.
It's also because she knows Samson and she knows Leviathan, and she's keeping them around because it's like, oh, I need to keep an eye on you two because I know you're both trying to kill me. And also, Squigly will work as a very good, alarm clock for when the next Skullgirl comes.
But
yeah, she used
they kill her?
I mean, they could have killed her if she didn't go into the Skullgirl lair and get all that blood to, make a blood kaiju.
Yeah, if she didn't go down the fucking basement, she might have actually died. So, also, going back to Eliza, I'm pretty sure the only two characters she fucks on a regular basis are her hench dude.
And even then, she wears a strap.
I'd call them the bulk and skull of this universe, but I can't. They're competent. So anyway, yeah, that's the verdict. He's bisexual. She's going to fuck everyone and anyone over.
Yes.
She likes to fuck people metaphorically.
Alright, now we have finished the big bad, and now we're going into the big good, the best boy, Beowulf.
I was going to say, do you want to save him for last? Because there's only one other character. We're still gonna do that character. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, we forgot one.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We forgot Leviathan.
Oh, well, I mean, it was implied that Leviathan's also straight because it's the Squigly best friends. Yeah, but yeah, he's like the affluent butler dude, like the very proper Dudley type dude,
Also, Leviathan's just a worm, basically.
Leviathan is just a worm.
No, he's a dragon worm. Big difference.
He is. Yeah, he is also a dragon. Yes.
He's a worm with a U.
No, a worm with a Y.
Yeah.
If we are gonna save the best for last, then let's go to Robo-Fortune.
Yeah, Robo-Fortune.
Now, Robo-Fortune is exactly what it says right on the tin, right on the can. Robo-Fortune is a robot version of Miss Fortune, just like Robo-Kai from Guilty Gear. Her whole deal is that she was made up by Brain Drain, who's like, hey, I know this misfortune, I can make a robot who's way better than her, and she kinda is. The only problem is that she's kind of incompetent, and like the only good thing that she does is eventually kill the Skullgirl because she has anti-Skullgirl weapons.
I'll make a better misfortune with blackjack and hookers.
I mean, well, Robo-Fortune does do the one thing that Misfortune was designed to not do, and that's die. Also, it's not fair. She's just Iron Man.
She is just Iron Man. There's an Iron Man color palette. Robo-Fortune asexual because she's not into anything. She's into the idea of world domination, which is what her character ending is.
She's a robobot, so she's robosexual.
We did all the others, but now we saved the best for last. Beowulf. Beowulf is a wrestleman. Beowulf is a former wrestler. At the height of his popularity, he wrestled this Gigan, who's like a monster race. He battled this Gigan, literally called, what's his name in the Beowulf thing?
He is a Grendel.
Yes, but no, he battled a Grendel and ripped his arm off, which is what you're not supposed to do to Grendel if you don't want to kill him, and even wrestled his mother, just like in the Beowulf. And then after that, they were like, oh, Beowulf, cool. Bye, because he just started becoming less popular. He started showing up on kids shows, and then he's like, oh, the Skullgirl. Oh, no, not that. No, that's not how the story goes. It's like, oh, hey, Zed, this mysterious dude who I'm trusting, you're gonna help me become popular again, aren't you? And he's like, oh, yeah, I will. Fight these random dudes, and we're gonna film it so that it can be a wrestle thing, including Cerebella, even though that's more like a fan thing.
What you have to understand about Beowulf is that this man is Himbo Supreme.
Yeah,
he is Himbo Supreme. Everything he says is a catchphrase.
He's a nice guy. He's built like a brick house. He will kick your ass, but his entire story is driving on how stupid he is.
He is 310 pounds of folded steel and sex appeal.
Yes. And none of that 310 pounds is allocated to anything you would call a brain.
Nope.
No brain cells. No brain cells, all muscle.
No thought, head empty. So anyway, Beowulf, he's straight, but only because he's a good boy who just knows what he wants.
Beowulf, he's a himbo, so he's bisexual.
Yeah,
not every himbo is bisexual.
The majority of them are, though.
Some are too stupid to be bisexual.
Oh, there's that. No, just like Alex from Street Fighter, because he is one, and he's very straight.
Yes.
Well, there's also Gallo, and he's very gay.
He even has an Alex color palette.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, I want him to be bisexual, but I just don't think he has it in him. I think he's just a street man.
Because, like, he's also kind of old. He's, like, in his late 30s, early 40s. And I feel like at that point he would know what he wants, and that thing being, like, hot ladies.
Yeah. Alright, so that's it for the playable characters. Are there any non-playable characters that you feel are worth mentioning?
How about the teacher lady?
Oh,
Miss Victoria. Yeah.
Mrs. Victoria is actually canon because she shows up in Philia's ending because she's, like, the school teacher.
She's also in the tutorial, so...
She is the tutorial. She also shows up in gameplay for one bit, and it's when Double's doing her, like, super, like, oh, I'm transforming into all the characters super, and, like, the final hit is with Mrs. Victoria doing, like, a Guy Sensei dynamic entry thing.
It's a lot like, I mean, isn't Umbrella a part of that super too?
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe that Miss Victoria and Umbrella were the two characters that made it the farthest in production without being put in the game.
Anyway, I think she's straight.
Mrs. Victoria, probably. I mean, she's married, so, you know.
Now,
like...
now.
Oh yeah, Mrs.
I want to say she's straight. I don't think she is. I think she's bisexual. And I say this because And I say this because you remember I went to MagFest earlier this year, right?
Ooh, okay.
And I bought that print from Alex Ahad, the one of Miss Victoria at her desk.
Yes.
And on that desk, and above her desk is like a bulletin board where she posts like there's like pictures of 3 different characters, right? And one of them is like the robot dude, Tom, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And another one is like one of the girls. I forget what her name was. She's like the girl with the hat and the mask. Does that ring a bell?
Hold on. Let me take a quick look.
Yeah, like she's kind of like she's got like the pointy ears. But regardless, like she's got those 2 and Black Dahlia, and under 2 of them, not Black Dahlia, but the other 2, she graded them based on their combat skill and how excited she got when she fought them.
Ooh.
For Tom the robot, she rated his combat a B, so he's a threat, but Thrill a D, and she put 2 small Tom. and for the girl, combat was A, and Thrill was an A+ with like hearts around it. She said, "See me after class, kiss mark."
I see.
So I think she might be bisexual.
You know what? I can see that now. Yeah.
She might be. I would say she probably. The whole 2 small thing, which tells me she has a preference.
Yes.
For that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe she likes men a bit more, and she didn't give Black Dahlia a grade or a fight because I'm guessing she hadn't fought her yet or whatever, or maybe that's just something he didn't think of too. I don't know. It could just be a joke for like a print thing, but it is an official artist, so I can't discount it. So my verdict is bisexual with a male preference.
Yeah. Like, there's so few characters that we haven't touched upon, but, like, what can we even say about them? Like, we have Leduc and we have the Bee Girl, who are a part of Lab Zero, but, like, what can you say about them?
You also have one of the medic girls who is just made up of intestines.
Yeah, she is made up of intestines.
You also have Stanley the Shark.
We have Adam, who, in Robo-Fortune's ending, becomes Big Boss Adam, straight up with a beard and eye patch.
Isn't he fucking... That's like this... That's the Parasol simp, isn't he?
Yeah, that is very correct in your assumption. He is the Parasol simp. Half of what he does in her story is just look after Umbrella because she's gone. Final thoughts, gentlemen, on Skullgirls.
Not enough gay.
I mean, you're not wrong. What about you, Flaw?
Lots of girls, not as gay as you would think.